Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Devin is not like us, is what many fans are saying. And I realized today, because I don't get caught up in all the queep shit when it comes to the drama and a lot of this boxing. I know some channels, they can talk about Devin Haney and Bill Haney every single day. Thousands of videos. That's not my style. But I think today I just really, fully comprehended the disdain and disgust that boxing fans have developed for Devin Haney and his father. And I think, now this is what I've concluded, right? It has a lot to do with that lawsuit. Now I'm going to say this, right? We know what happened with Devin and Ryan. We understand Devin's the youngest undisputed champion, youngest promoter. Devin has had a very guided career, and he's done very well. And his dad has done a great job making sure his son continue to move up the ladder of success, right? But I'll say this, that build-up between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was probably the most entertaining build-up to a fight that maybe I've seen in a long time, maybe ever. Ryan and talking about, alcohol and doing weed and children, and he supposedly got kidnapped, and all kind of craziness, man. Then he comes in the fight, overweight. Devin seems to be excited that Ryan's overweight. Ryan pays Devin. Then they get in the ring. The fight went like how I thought it would. I thought Ryan, with his speed and the power in that left hand, that he would knock Devin out. Didn't knock him out, but he had him out. He had him out there. Then you find out Ryan tested positive for this Osterine, right? Things get a little quirky at that point. It's like, damn, he really had something in the system, right? And to this day, there are a lot of people who, some believe that whatever's in Ryan's system didn't affect the fight. Other people don't want to hear nothing about it. The boy had something in the system, right? That's in the discussion at that point. He cheated. And there's some people who feel that because it's Victor Conti and his relationship with Vada and Bill, who, look, Bill Haney is Devin's dad. He loves his son, but he's a bit of a shady character, okay? And they feel that they sabotaged Ryan Garcia. And it was all something orchestrated to make Devin look like a victim. Anyway, you look now. Lawsuit got filed for battery, and also the fact that Ryan was on the tested positive for clomiphene, and there are other things, right? But nonetheless, when the lawsuit came out, especially for battery, man, even when I sat there and I read over a couple articles to really understand what the hell Devin and his dad are doing, I'm like, yo, I could understand if it's a money grab, it's a money grab. If this is just business, it's just business. You're trying to get some money out of Ryan. But man, this whole thing about suing him for battery, he basically tried to kill Devin in the ring. I guess they're within their right to sue, but boxing fans, they prefer for fighters to just, you know what? Get back in the ring and whip his ass. Don't go sue him. But at the same time, I look at Bill Haney and Devin and I say, you know what? Ryan was banned for a year. And he was forced to pay, $1 million or $1.5 million or something back to Golden Boy, which makes no sense to me. And I do agree if Ryan Garcia is going to get, he already paid the money for coming in 3 pounds overweight that he and Devin agreed to, right? But if he's going to get an additional fine or penalty fee, I don't see why he'd pay it back to his promoter. That makes no sense to me. So I kind of think like, they should have gave that shit to Devin Haney. But at the end of the day, that's not how it worked. So even Bill brings that up. Why didn't that money go to Devin? So it all sounded like a money grab. Probably sounded like a good idea to them. But the fact that they filed that lawsuit, it turned people off. And there are a lot of fans that they're not feeling them. Now, you can go back even deeper, right? Bill and Devin. There are a lot of boxing fans that come to their defense. And I read the comments. Everyone knows I don't talk about a lot of racial issues and anything dealing with religion, politics on my channel. Because I'm 49 years old, and to be quite frankly, I don't give a shit. But when I read through some of the comments, there's a consistent theme there for the people who are pro-Haney, where they feel like it's just a black father who's supporting his black son. People don't like to see a strong black father. Now, I'm not going to say anyone's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what I consistently see in the post for those who are Devin Haney supporters, or Team Haney supporters, when they talk about or address the dislike or disdain that many people have for him. However, on the other side of the argument, there are people who say they don't like Devin, they don't like his father. Because they come out here one day talking about God, talking about religion, then the very next day, out here posting images of smoking weed, cussing, racial epithets, saying horrible things about people, and doing quite the opposite as far as their behavior than what many people would expect of a person who's quote unquote very religious and spiritual. Now remember, I don't have an opinion on it. Actually, I do, but it's not about me. But what I can say is I can understand and see both sides of the argument. But what seemed to have really ticked people off is the lawsuit. Now, I'll tell you this. Bill Haney, it sounds to me like he feels what he's doing as far as the lawsuit, right, against Ryan Garcia is something that needs to set a precedence and something that he feels will discourage fighters from getting in the ring and trying to have an upper hand in the fight by taking banned substances. Now, I can appreciate that, because if that was my son in there, and if he loses a fight, he loses a fight, fair and square, right? But if I find out somebody happened to have a substance in them that could give them an advantage in a fight, I would be pissed off too. I'm not gonna lie. So I kind of understand when he says that. Like, we're not worried about the haters, we're not worried about the detractors. We're gonna do what's best for us, and we're going to hold our ground, remain firm in our beliefs that a lawsuit is necessary to achieve the desired results that we want, that we feel we deserve, and also for the future of boxing, to make sure fighters don't do what Ryan Garcia did, is cheat. Now, as a result of all this, I personally think Devin Haney, Team Haney, the lawsuit, I think that affected his return plans. I think Devin would have been back in the ring a lot sooner. had they not been so vocal. And what I mean is, okay, once that shit came out about Ryan having Austrian in the system, to me, Devin and his dad should have shut up. Right there, you won. In my opinion, you won. Once that information came out, nothing left to talk about. No more interviews to do. Nothing. Don't worry about your record. Don't worry about the fight. Don't worry about nothing. Worry about no lawsuit, nothing. That's when you go quiet. Because Ryan Garcia, all the heat was on him. However, they chose to talk. They chose to do interviews. And it ended up taking them to where I felt like they had the upper hand to making them look kind of like buffoons, you know what I mean? Like the shit turned into the Three Stooges over there. It was crazy. Conti, Bill Haney, and Devin. Larry, Moe, and Curly. Nobody could shut up. So you come now, and I think some promoters are turned off because Devin kind of lashed out at Eddie Hearn. You know, they've come out now and they've lashed out at Top Rank. And even, Turkey Al Sheikh doesn't seem to be in too much of a rush to try to bring Devin on board to fight in Saudi. So I just think some bridges have been burned where that it didn't have to be that way. If they would have just listened more and talked very little. But that's not the route they chose. And it's their right. But you look now, they're anxious. They're anxious for Devin to get back in the ring. Because this will be the longest layoff they've had and the longest Devin's been out the ring. Whenever he gets back. But they're anxious. And I think it's because they don't know when he's going to get back in the ring. Also, they're looking at the money. Everything that they were used to commanding, used to getting. Nobody showing them any love. No one showing them any understanding. It's like no one cares. And when it comes to the boxing community, they're saying, you know what? Devin and Team Haney, they're not like us. I tell you what, I've talked about it before. You want to talk about who set a precedence, how to deal with cheats in boxing? Miguel Cotto. He set the precedence. And Miguel Cotto wasn't messing around. You saw what he did to Margarito. He went in there and fought him. Even if he would have lost, he fought him. And I think that's just what the boxing community wants Devin to do. Fight Ryan. Don't say you'll never fight him. Then come say, oh yeah, I will fight him. And then come say you won't fight him. No, just go fight him. Right? Because obviously something happened there. Fight him. Win, lose, draw, fight him. I respect you a lot more. But who knows what they're going to do going forward. Looks like they have Devin training. They got Nate Jones. He and Floyd Mayweather as amateurs trained together. I think they're on the Olympic team together. Nate Jones and Floyd, one of Floyd's best friends. He worked with Floyd. Floyd took care of him. And now Nate Jones, who has a relationship with Devin, is working with Devin. So they're just looking to get Devin in a fight, but they're working on his defense to tighten up his defense. But there's nothing on the table, and I don't know when Devin will get back in the ring because it sounds like they want to, but I think they got to understand this A-side shit, this coming and dictating things to fighters, you can't do that anymore. Ship sail, man. Devin Haney's stock has plummeted. And I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just telling you his stock has plummeted. And his dad's got to figure it out. His dad's a smart dude. He got some hustle in him. I'm sure he'll figure it out. But to come out here and fighting Teofimo Lopez right now, if that was a fight that would materialize, I don't know if that's the answer. If I was them, I'd put Devin in with somebody who's a kind of safe fight. And let's just see the things that he's working on if he can show that. Because let me tell you something, when you start bringing on different trainers and you start having to fight or work on different things, Sometimes when they get in the ring in a real fight, although in sparring they should have worked out all the kinks, they don't do things instinctively anymore. And Devin can't afford to get in the ring and having to think twice and then being just a split second behind. And all of a sudden, find himself getting caught and lose a fight. He can't afford a Deontay Wilder type situation. But anyway, I'm wondering about Devin's mentality. We're going to see how his mentality is when he gets in that ring in a real fight and he gets hit. Because I'm telling you, it's like a person who's gone swimming and you have an experience where you're drowning and you almost die, but you get saved. But you never forget that feeling of being in that deep water and getting tired. And I truly believe Devin Haney, when he gets hit again real hard, he's going to feel like he's drowning. And he's going to relieve those moments. So we'll see what happens. They made some changes to the team. Don't know if they'll ever rematch Ryan Garcia. I think they should. But the lawsuit is something that's really turned people off. And I don't know if Devin Haney could ever get back to the position he was in boxing. Because right now people are saying Devin's not like us. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.